Alright, what's up guys? RedSinisterResident here, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. So, we are doing the whole game now. The whole game. No responsible for injury, dismemberment, $120 a week. Wow, that is not worth it! No amount of money would be worth this job. No amount of money.
For you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days, or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached, and the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children, and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay.
This restaurant's been around for 20 years.
So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87.
Yeah, I know all about the bite of 87.
It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would like to see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth.
Oh my god, why do they gotta put this as a rule? Don't poop on the floor? Are you kidding me?
But hey, first station of the breeze.
I never really read these rules here.
Check those cameras.
Don't run, don't yell, don't scream, don't poop on the floor. Stay close to mom, don't touch Freddy, don't hit, leave before dark. Well, howdy. I can't believe they have to put a rule where it says don't poop on the floor. Are you serious? Has that incident happened more than once that they had to make it a rule? Oh my god, it's common sense, people. Heck, even children have common sense. At least, most of them. I, myself, as a kid, had common sense. I wasn't one of those daredevil kids. I mean, sure, I wasn't a total stick in the mud, or bump on a log, whatever you call it. I had fun, too. I knew not to, you know, do stupid shit. That would put me in a body cast or something. But one of the things that comes to mind that I liked to do as a kid was I like to, my house is kind of like on a little hill. So I would go into I'd go to my front yard and I would just like roll down the hill. That didn't put me in a body cast or anything, because, well, it's just rolling down the hill. You lay down flat and you just roll down the hill. I'm not saying do somersaults down the hill, no way. I didn't do gymnastics as a kid. But also my grandparents have a hill in their backyard, although there's a fence that blocks literally a drop to a field below, so that's not exactly the best idea, but there were no incidents, so yeah. But there was one injury that comes to mind of mine as a kid. When I was in, I think it was the 3rd grade, I was at school, it was recess, and some older girls were doing flips on the bar above the slide. You know, there's a handlebar above the slide to help you escalate off down the slide. Well, I don't know if there were rules applied to if you weren't allowed to flip on the bars, but considering what happened to me, they should have made it a rule. So these girls tried to teach me how to do the flip on the bar. And, let's just say it did not go very well. So I started off, right, like you have to hang on to the bar the whole time. Otherwise, you'll end up, anyway. So I bend over, and I'm just about to, flip over the handlebar on the slide, and one of the girls gave me a little nudge, you know, to help me out, and me being the stupid idiot, I ended up letting go, and I hit my head on the slide, and I did a full headstand for like a full 3 seconds, and then I went down the slide normally. Let's just say I ended up with a black eye and a mild concussion. I literally could not stand for a while because that impact was, oh my goodness. That was probably one of the only major injuries I had as a kid. I never broke any bones or anything. Yeah, such the risk taker I am, aren't I? But yeah, that was one of the injuries that I had as a kid. So yeah, it was, whew, boy was it a treat. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to try and get through as many nights as I can. I'm probably going to do up to night 5, or try and beat night 5. And then we'll, nights 6 and 7 I'll do on a separate video, because nights 6 and 7 can be a little hectic. Heck, night 4 and 5 can be too. It just all depends on how you handle it. There's Chica. Hi. Why do you have 2 sets of teeth? Why does Chica have 2 sets of teeth? That ain't right. Chica, you should not have 2 sets of teeth. That is not right. I mean, I get it. Scott was trying to make it creepy and all, but still, at the same time, you didn't have to add layers of teeth to these things to make them creepy. Heck, these things wouldn't be considered, you know, kid-friendly. Especially when how they look in real life in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this, then you made it to Congrats! I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera views, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something or someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door light. You might only have a few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that.
Sure, you're not.
Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, usually depends on the game. Usually night 1, or no, not night 1, night 2 or 3, then where things really start to get real. It all depends. I think this game is kind of randomly generated on how nights go. Like sometimes the animatronics will not leave you alone, and other times they hardly ever show up. So it all depends. Now that I think about it, based on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, they kind of explain what happened with each of the kids that haunt these animatronic suits. If I recall, Foxy, the kid who haunts Foxy, tried to run when he died. That's obvious because Foxy's a runner. I think Chica tried to hide. I don't remember entirely. I might be saying these things wrong. I think Bonnie, the kid who haunts Bonnie, tried to fight. And Freddy, I don't remember. Considering Freddy likes to hang outside your door all night long, during the harder nights, I think he stood his ground before he died or something. I'm not entirely sure. But Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will kind of shed more light on that. So we'll see. Like I said, it's kind of randomly generated on these nights are kind of randomly generated. Either they'll be super aggressive or they'll hardly ever show up. So it all depends. footsteps, but that's all I hear. Oh, look who's peeking. Hey, it's Foxy. Hi. Chica, go away, please. Chica! Oh my god, Chica, go away! See? It's totally random. Now Chica's not leaving! Chica, god damn it! Oh my god, Chica, I swear to god. Chica was standing outside my door almost that whole night. Well, they're out already.
Oh, hey, you're doing great. Most people don't last this long.
Oh, good.
I mean, you know, they usually move on to other things by now.
Sure.
I'm not implying that they died. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I better not take up too much of your time. Things start getting real tonight.
Yeah, I figured that.
Hey, listen, I had an idea. If you happen to get caught and want to avoid getting stuffed into a Freddy suit, try playing dead. You know, go limp. Then there's a chance that maybe they'll think that you're an empty costume instead. Then again, if they think you're an empty costume, they might try to stuff a mental skeleton into you. I wonder how that would work. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. It's best just not to get caught. Okay, I'll leave you to it. See you on the flip side.
course things start to get real. Are you kidding me? Whoa, what the heck? What did I just see? Never mind. It's just the camera name. I thought I saw something else. Why are they all of a sudden being nice? That they're being nice. I really don't. Whoa! Hi, how you doing? Uh-oh. Freddy's out. Yep, there he is. You can see his glowing eyes. If I can't see him on the cameras or outside my door, he must be in the kitchen. That's my only indication here. Switch over to 4 already! Thank you! Uh-oh. Alright, now he's in the kitchen. anybody shut up that time. Which means now they're really gonna start showing up. Ho-ho! Chica's spazzing out over there. Yep, this is... I told ya. Well, he's in the hallway. Okay, now he's outside my door. Yep, there he is. Oh my god, Bonnie, go away. This is the strategy I remember. Okay, he's gone. For now. Okay, Bonnie's being a dick. I get the feeling I ain't gonna make it this time. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, come on! How's that fair? I didn't even get to react! What a load of baloney! What a bunch of baloney! What do you call that? Wish there was a way to turn that stupid fan off. That's probably what's using that one bar down there. Wish there was a way to turn the fan off, but there's not. Okay, he's down for now. Fox is peeking again, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, baby! Oh, moment of truth, night 5. Here we go! Now, night 5 is a bitch, so I gotta really concentrate. And yes, I'm used to jump scares in Five Nights at Freddy's usually. It's just night 4 is the worst because you gotta listen, and I hate that. Alright, come on, bring it on. I shouldn't say that because then I'd fuck everything up. That's the hallway, I think. Yep. That's outside. Yep, there it is. Oh no, Chica, really? I always forget the light when I have to do the door for Freddy. God damn it. Oh well, that was my fault. Ugh. That was my fault. Try again. And the one thing about Five Nights at Freddy's is all you need is a mouse. If you're playing on PC, you don't need keyboard at all. Which is nice, honestly. The way I can rest my other hand. Well, my mouse hand gets pretty tired after a while. Seriously, who does the dum-dums? It's either Foxy or it's Bonnie. Or Freddy, I don't know who does it. It could be Bonnie, because Bonnie's super active sometimes, so it could be Bonnie doing that. Or considering it's the dum-dums, like, it could be Foxy, because, you know, he's a pirate. I told you that night 5 was gonna be a bitch. I told you this was gonna be a huge bitch. But it only gets worse from here, so... Freddy's out already. That's always a great start. Not this time, Bonnie. Better be safe than sorry. Shit. I made it anyway. I was losing way too much power. Man, Bonnie's already gone? He didn't waste any time. And Foxy's peeking too. Alright, I gotta remember Freddy's laughs. His cues, that's cues. So, when he's right outside my door like that, when he laughs again, that means he's walked away. And then when he laughs again, it means he's back at the door, and so on and so forth. So I gotta remember those cues. Chica's gonna be the ass. Are you kidding me? Thank you. That's outside my door. Bonnie. Back. Thank God. Just checking. And he walked away. And he's back again. that's it for this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to leave any game suggestions down in the comments below, and I will play them. Also, feel free to hit the like button if what I'm doing with these videos is acceptable. If you want to play this game for yourself, links in the description. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. See ya!